This is a DIY pergola assembly project that we bought from Lowe's. We were actually deciding between a pergola and a gazebo. Uh, Fun fact, a gazebo has a roof and pergola can just have slats. And based on the value, the looks, and just overall preference, we ended up going with the pergola instead. This is a weekend project. It's can be all DIY. We ended up getting quotes for installation, and they wanted about $500 to $1,000 depending who you're asking. So definitely a great savings if you do this yourself. It's about 4 to 6 hours. We recommend two people minimum in order to install. It comes in three boxes, and what you'll end up doing is the only place on the driveway for you, and you'd have to move it over to the backyard or wherever the final location is. You don't have to do the installation in just one day. What we did was just split up into, I believe, 2 or 3 days. As you can see, what we did was we assembled the longer slats together on one of the days, and then separated all the pieces into corresponding pieces just to make it a little bit easier. You don't have to, it comes with instructions and all the hardware. And what you can do is definitely use power tools, but we recommend to hand tighten it. As you can see, this is the location that we put it at, but just make sure wherever you put it, you have enough space. So wherever you're purchasing it from, it'll show you the dimensions on either the website and also the box. So these are all the parts laid out. Those outer cross members that are already pre-assembled, we put those together just to make it a little bit easier. That's the power tool that we used. Again, it's an impact, but just make sure you're not over torquing. I'd say, yeah, put it together and then just hand tighten. So if you're not 7 feet tall, just make sure you use a step ladder. That's what we did in order to put it together. Once you assemble it up to here, this is where you want to move it to its final location. You'll see later in the video one of the mistakes that we made, and it was just in accordance to moving it at the very end when everything was put together, and it just was way too heavy to move. All right, so the person here clearly isn't 7 feet tall, so they had to use a step ladder. But the great thing is that you only need one person or put the slats up, and if you have one of your kids around, they can definitely help you. You'll see the kid barking instructions. If you have a child that knows how to read, that'll be definitely helpful. But otherwise, it's just placing them down, and it's all held together by gravity. This is the final. This is what it looks like at the very end. Piece by piece put together, all that hard work. 4 to 6 hours, really not that bad. It might look like a lot, but it really isn't. It just all drops in. So once you get to this point, everything goes very quickly. Again, another photo of the final assembly. And coming up, those black pads, as you can see on the floor, that we should have put together when everything was still light and easy to move before we put all those cross slats. So when everything's assembled together, it's very heavy. So if you do this first, it'll end up making it a lot easier. As you can see, those elongated holes, it gives you some room for error. So you just install 2 bolts, and then you can shift around the pad a little bit, so in case you install in the wrong place. We hung up some optional lights. I believe we got these either at Lowe's or Costco, and you just hang up through the slats. You can definitely. It also comes with an electrical outlet that all you have to do is have a power source. You plug it in, and those electrical outlets, I believe, are grounded as well. So it's good for outdoor use. So after putting it all together, you can light it up during the nighttime, and it's great for shade, great for light, and just an overall wonderful and easy DIY project. All right, and thank you for watching this video. Here's going to be some clips or just pictures of the gazebo all completed, and daytime, the nighttime all lit up. Just make sure that when you're doing the installation, while it's still light, you only have those 4 legs, that you install those black pads and anchor them prior to that. It's a fun DIY project. Again, 4 to 6 hours, saves you about $1,000. Uh, yeah, and it's something for everyone to enjoy. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.